ZABoxingNation, where boxing lives, breathes, and breaks down. We just had a phenomenal weekend of boxing. I'm going to break it all down for you right here. Richard Torrez Jr. takes home the heavyweight championship after a very gritty 10-round fight with Guido. Tszyu returns, shows power, athleticism, footwork, and that he deserves to be at the top against Joey Spencer. Abdullah Mason continues his rapid rise to the top, fight with Carlos Ornelas. And finally, Talivaa redeems himself from the brutal knockout by Grach by knocking him out in the rematch. Let's break it all down. Torrez Jr. showed heart. He showed that he's a superstar and he deserves to be on the top level. He overcame Guido Vianello to become the new heavyweight champion. Guido came in with size, reach advantage, but Torrez never allowed it to get to him. He bullied his way inside, broke Guido down with body work and volume. He showed that he can be elite from round 1 to round 10, and he still has a lot more to work on, I believe, but Torrez showed heart, grit, and relentless pressure last night. Heavyweight boxing has a new face on the rise, and that being Richard Torrez Jr. Extremely good boxer. Tszyu versus Joey Spencer. Tszyu returned with a vengeance, and Joey Spencer paid the price. From the opening bell, Tszyu stalked Joey Spencer with calculated pressure, combinations, body work, and broke him down. He broke him down in the 4th round. Spencer's own father threw in a towel to save him from this fight. This is the second fight that Joey Spencer's father had to throw in the towel. Joey Spencer is a phenomenal fighter, but he took a lot of good shots from Tszyu last night, but I feel like a lot of it could have been avoided. He didn't allow him to let his hands go as much as I thought he would have, and that ultimately Tszyu to get comfortable, to allow him to put on the pressure, and for him to ultimately stop Joey Spencer. Tszyu calls out Keith Thurman. Right after the win, he just says, he calls out, right after the win, Tszyu hit the fuse and he called out Keith one-time Thurman. He wants this fight to happen also in Australia. And this will be power versus experience. Pressure versus precision. And I believe that this is going to be one of the biggest fights of the year. Keith Thurman hasn't yet responded to Tszyu, but with Tszyu's momentum and the hunger, I believe that he's going to jump on this fight inevitably. This is going to shake up 154 for good. We have Talivaa comeback story. This hit hard last night. After getting brutally knocked out in his first fight with Grach, many thought that he was done. But the rematch, Talivaa flipped the script. Round 3, he unleashed a nasty right hand that shut Grach's light off. I stood over Grach and said, I dominated this fight and there will be no trilogy. But I believe, contrary to that, I believe that if there is a trilogy, this could be an even bigger story for Talivaa. If you can beat him twice, it showed that the first fight wasn't just luck. That will solidify you as one of the best to lace up a pair of gloves, because you got brutally knocked out in the first fight. And then you come back and dominate this guy. He's countering this guy, very calculated, and just put on a tremendous performance. He's for sure game to fan and me, but I would love to see the rematch of Talivaa versus Grach. Trilogy, if this does happen, biggest storylines of boxing this year. So far, we've got a new champ in Torrez, and we have a new champ in Richard Torrez Jr. Tszyu Tszyu is back and gunning for Keith one-time Thurman. Liam Talivaa gets redemption after he got brutally knocked out by Grach in the first fight. And Abdullah Mason, we'll talk about his dominance up next. And if you're new here, like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know who you think stole the show this weekend. Was it Tszyu? Was it Richard Torrez or Talivaa? But until next time, this is ZABoxingNation, where champions get analyzed and legends are made. Keep your hands up, and I'll catch you in the next one.